to our groundbreaking event today here on an exciting highway, the Z-Way here in Beckley. And if you haven't figured out already, we're building this in sections from Shady Spring to Beaver, and then from Beaver on into Beckley. Of course, some of it's already open, as you know, and we're here today to celebrate the second half of the Z-Way. And what you may not have figured out, this man started this movement about 7.5 years ago with something called Roads to Prosperity. And if he hadn't, we wouldn't be here today. This is one of the Roads to Prosperity projects. We have two contractors that's going to do the job. We've got Canal Stone, I believe Nikki Brewer, and of course Mountaineer Construction. Mountaineer Construction. Okay. All right, okay, very good. And I know you guys are going to do a wonderful job on building the second half of the Z-Way. Well, I spoke with the president of the Raleigh County Commission yesterday, and I asked him about his excitement level for the Z-Way, and he just took off. And I've asked him to be here today to share some comments and remarks. I'd like to introduce Greg Duckworth, president of the Raleigh County Commission. Greg?
Well, good afternoon. Excitement was actually an understatement. But, so on behalf of Commissioner Linda K. Epling and Daniel Hall and myself, we'd like to welcome Governor Justice here. It's a great day. Groundbreaking for something we've all been waiting on. We'd also like to acknowledge Jimmy Wriston and Bird White. They both put a lot of time in this over the years, getting it going. But this initiative don't just represent just not the commitment to improving our infrastructure, but a pathway to a brighter and more prosperous future for all of us. We here in Raleigh County, especially on this end of the county, we've been talking about this project for years. It's a pretty day to see it come off the ground here. Thank you, Governor Justice, for your leadership and your dedication for the whole state of West Virginia. Thank you for your vision for what the Roads to Prosperity actually mean. Everybody's seen what that vision was. It's coming to fruition, and thank you for that. We're excited down here to break ground on what promises to be a transformative project for our community and beyond. So let's build this road together towards a stronger and more connected West Virginia. And thank you very much, Governor.
I told you he was excited for Raleigh County. Any organization, be it government or private industry, needs a leader to lead that organization, to set goals and to establish criteria to make it a better organization. And we have that in our organization with the Department of Transportation. He's with us today. He's Secretary of Transportation. His name is Wriston.
Thank you, Randy. Governor, once again, we're here on a project that has lingered for decades and decades. We've worked on this for nearly 2.5 decades. 2.5 decades to get to this point. And we owe this to this great leader right here with his big, bold vision for the Roads to Prosperity and the bond issuance that he came in the office, took it out to the public. In this election cycle, think about this. 73% of the people voted for this initiative. 73%. I don't think the governor's even at that level at this point. He's going to run it down, I'm sure, but 73%. This is indeed a great day for Southern West Virginia. It's a great day for Raleigh County, the city of Beckley, and all the folks that have really put their licks in over the years, as the governor would say. I think back to 2.5 decades ago when we were meeting with Father Ackerman and former Mayor Pugh and some of those folks, that we had that Z-Way coalition, and we just struggled because for decades and decades all across this country we have underinvested in our infrastructure. The governor's big, bold vision put transportation out on the front line, along with tourism and education, and we've turned this state around. We've turned this state around, and it's no more apparent than it is anywhere than it is right here in Southern West Virginia and Raleigh County, because you've seen the impact of the Z-Way. Today we're going to break ground on the southern leg of the Z-Way. We thought we'd never get here, didn't we, Greg? Thought we'd never get here. Brandon, you know we worked hard on this one. I'd like to take just a moment to recognize some folks, because what we're talking about is a project that's going to impact the future. So there's some special guests of mine here today from West Virginia Tech. Would you guys please stand up? This is the future of the Department of Transportation here. These folks just like this that attend West Virginia Tech right here in Beckley. I can't tell you enough how proud I am to be an alumni of West Virginia Tech and to have been named the Alumni of the Year just last year for West Virginia Tech. So you guys are indeed the future, and I thank you. And I haven't asked the governor yet, but I'm going to ask him to impose upon him for a picture with you guys before you leave. So if you'll come up after we cut the ribbon. So without any further ado, I'm going to introduce the great governor of the state of West Virginia, Governor Jim Justice.
All right, I'll be real short and sweet, okay? You know, I grew up in Beckley, and I can remember like it was nothing, you know, that I would leave Northwestern Avenue and ride my bike all the way across town to the Little League, and we'd have practice or a game at the Little League, and I'd ride my bike back. Lunch, I'd come home and eat lunch and then go back. You know, lots have changed. Lots have changed. And through all that time in West Virginia, to tell it like it is, we were the blunt end of a lot of bad jokes. And we absolutely just couldn't get ourselves out of the rut. We tried, but we couldn't get ourselves out. And today, by the help of all of you, whether it be senators or delegates or mayors or commissioners or whomever it may be, all of us, today it's a different animal. And we celebrate. We celebrate all the goodness that's going on in our state, and we should all feel, 100%, we should all feel that all of us pulled the rope together. I didn't know you were such a celebrity, you know, that you were crowned this thing by West Virginia Tech and everything. That's really neat.
It's my hometown too, Governor.
I love it. But with all that being said, I can never thank you enough. It's been an honor being your governor like nobody's business. And I would absolutely tell you to continue to dream big. Push your politicians, push them to dream really big. I'm really hopeful that we can get another significant tax break to all of you on your personal income tax. And I'm hopeful that that's going to happen and happen real soon. Now, I know Jimmy's clapping, but now, y'all hold up just a second. Now listen to me, because I'm right about this. On day one, when we walked the door, where were we going to turn? And what were we going to do? The only thing we were able to do in the past is cut and cut and cut again. And we claimed, and there was surely wasteful spending in government. And absolutely, but when we turned around over and over and over in thinking we were going to cut our way out of this, or we passed the right to work law, or we got rid of prevailing wage, and those were good things in my book, really good. But when we did all that, we spun around and we said, we expect all kinds of people now are going to come. And we spun around, and like it or not like it, they didn't come. Now, we can say what we want, but they did not come. Now, and then all of a sudden, and I don't pat myself on the back on this, but then walked in a great big guy with a lot of really ideas that maybe nobody thought about. And absolutely, I walked right to the podium and said, what we need to do is go to a bond referendum and to get the vote of the people. And we need to pass this and pass roads to prosperity in every way. And we did it. And Jimmy's right, nearly 73% of the people voted for it when many said there's no way. There's no way they'll vote for it. And then they feared like crazy that if they didn't, their taxes would go through the roof, and they didn't. They didn't. In fact, we've lowered taxes like you can't imagine. That's great work by lots of people, whether it be our legislature or the governor or all of you. There's been a lot of good work. Absolutely. Just remember just one thing. I believe this with all my soul. I give credit first and foremost to the good Lord. Wholeheartedly. Wholeheartedly. I mean, say what you want, but I'm not smart enough to come up with the idea of roads to prosperity. Where'd it come from? Now, this is not a subject I want you to dwell on, but I was in the shower. Block that out of your mind. Literally, and absolutely what happened was I said, we got to create an instant job. This idea of leveling the field and hoping somebody's going to come is not going to cut it. We got to have instant jobs because that brings wealth to this state like you can't imagine. Well, what can we do? Then I said to myself, well, wonder what it would cost every breathing human in West Virginia for us to be able to let every road job, let them all go on day one. Well, we figured out how to do it, and lo and behold, boom, we took off like a rocket ship like you can't imagine. You should be really proud. West Virginia is really doing it. And the last thing I tell you is just this. If you can use West Virginia slang, who could have ever thunk it? Who could have ever thunk it that West Virginia would be on world travel guides saying West Virginia is the place to go. West Virginia, of all places, is the place to go. We knew it all along, but the world didn't. And now the world knows. So keep it going. It's been an unbelievable honor of mine, and I'll continue to do any and everything I can do to help in every way. I congratulate all of you. You've done good work, and you should be really proud. Really proud of yourselves. Just keep doing it. Keep doing it and keep this thing going. God bless each and every one of you. Let's cut a ribbon and make more goodness happen right here in Raleigh County. Can you imagine? I mean, I'm the guy that would remember Rake's Hardware, or Sam Anderson's dad owned a little filling station down the road, or Ray's Bake Shop. I'm that guy. I love you more than good sense. And I thank you from the bottom of my heart in every way. God bless each and every one of you. Y'all can catch it, okay? Ready? 1, 2, 3. All right.
It's official now. Thank you, gentlemen, and thank you for being here.